Yeah.
Over here, sharpening my feathers.
It's all yellow.
I say.
But all my lifetimes would have brightened your day.
I won't be denied. Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Who dares defy my will? spoken.
to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn." Minions have spawned.
Unholy mark upon you. Remember.
will soon fall. Slain the dragon. Red team's turret is destroyed.
Hello, hello. There we go. All right. Apologies that we didn't have any casters for game one. Unfortunately, we've had a few scheduling issues with our guys, but I'm happy to announce that tonight we actually have quite a few special guests that are going to be joining me for the rest of it. First up, we have a jungler from the league itself, actually. We've got a Pravius from Click.
Good morning.
Great introduction. And we've got PFI from Diabolus in the UKLC.
Right, lads.
And we do have Beely joining us from Enclave. He is just in the little boys' room, so he'll be back in a second. But we're just trying to sort things out.
I'm in the men's room.
Oh, okay.
Guys.
He's back. He's back now, so it's all good. Once we have things sorted out and we're in the correct lobby, we'll get things going underway. But what do you know about the team so far, guys? Obviously, Pravius, you've played in the league yourself, so you've got a little bit of information about the teams. So you've got Viperia and Absolved. What do you think of those two teams?
Yeah, they're all just dirty inters, really. Just reload for most of the split. No, Viper should hard stomp Absolved IMO, just because they've been consistently really good, and I think they just outperform in every lane.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Ontario's meant to be the big guy coming in, but I mean after last week.
Yeah, what did you think of your jungle matchup versus him last week, actually?
5,000 gold lead says a lot, to be honest.
True.
No ego.
No ego. PFI, obviously, I don't know whether you've been watching the league at all. Is there much you know about the teams or the players within these games?
I've been watching a fair bit of the games. I've heard and I've seen that DBL or Death by Lollipops from Absolved has been smurfing it up. So I'll be looking at him to make some good plays versus Dakin tonight, since Dakin's filling in top.
Oh yeah, no, true. So there's a last minute substitution coming in from Viperio. They've actually got Dakin top instead of Ken Ruto. Yeah, that'll be a little bit more difficult for Viperio, but I will expect them to still be able to take that. I think the rest of the team, they have a lot of strength in. We've got BB Muffin, who's actually just changed his name now to Scrunchy Abuser, coming in the mid lane. So the rest of the team, the bot and the mid lane, still the same sort of unit that they've had for the rest of the split now. Absolved, I can't remember when they last won a game, actually. So hopefully they can break that trend with a final little push towards the end here. If they are still in contention for playoffs, they could still get in it. Because I believe they're 2-4, so maybe if they go... Oh no. Yeah, 2-4. So if they go 3-4, that does enable them to still break it into playoffs. But we'll have to see after this. Sorry, I'm doing everything at once, so I'm just trying to get the code and make sure we find out where the players are.
Yeah, I think the teams are pretty good too, James. Thanks for asking. Good to be here.
What do you think, then, Beely? Go for it, mate. Have you heard of many of these players before? You think that they're good? You think they're bad?
I think Viperia has quite a few semi-veterans on their team. They've played a few splits. They've got a bit of experience under their belts.
Who do you see as the highlight player? Just looking at the teams on paper for Viperia, then. On
Viperia, I think BB Muffin at the minute, or Antero if he's supposed to be some Giga Smurf. But I'm looking for Death by Lollipops to really carry his team in this one, because there should be a top difference that is visible, considering Dakin is off-road and he's recovering. Oh, never mind.
He's still my line.
Yeah, I think that's where you do have to exploit the lead that you should get on Absolved side. You should look to try and push that towards the top lane. Maybe Badger will give Death by Lollipops quite a lot of attention so that he can try and abuse that a little bit more. And maybe that's the way that they break open the game. I don't think that Absolved's bot lane have been terrible. I think they've been okay. I think that with Aether and Munch, that's a little bit of a difficult bot lane, especially within the context of the UKEL, to stand up against and try and hold things. But we do have all of the players in, thankfully, so hopefully we'll be getting into Champion Select soon. What I have to do is share the screen with you guys. Just see.
What are we predicting for draft, lads? I'm feeling a Zoe coming on for BB
I think Zoe, and I think they're going to flex like an AP carry bot lane or something like that, I'm actually feeling.
You think?
On which side?
For Viperia. I think Aether's going to pull out, remember when he had a broken hand or something like that? Or was it Mouse or something? I don't know. He played Vega bot lane.
Oh, no, yeah, actually, no, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I feel like he's gonna pull something like that out this week.
Be interesting. I think Viperia definitely have a bit more flexibility in their draft just because they have the ability to play AP bot and they've got the jungle top, a few weird champions that can come out.
Yeah, definitely. Should be able to see that on Discord now, guys.
Yep,
Ideal.
that's fine.
You've got 2 missions.
James, what's the missions, bro?
My what? Sorry.
First ban will be.
Oh,
check
my
what missions
missions.
you've got,
Oh,
please.
sorry.
First ban will be nothing coming out from Viperia here.
Oh, maybe that's like flexing a little bit. Who knows? Or maybe it's just a little mistake.
Speaks levels to their confidence, I think.
Yeah.
Or Dakin has been banished from his PC again.
I think this is what happens when you only have periods of time at your PC.
Silas, I think, is a good ban. You know, the mid and jungle can both play it, and Dakin can play it jungle, so he can also play it top. And
Legend has told me that junglers trying to play a lane means the head swells massively, so they can't ban champions.
I'm feeling maybe like another. Okay, no, never mind. Go for the Yumi ban instead.
Very
Next, they ban
obnoxious
nothing
champion.
again.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen it be quite obnoxious in EU Masters so far as well, so yeah, it's definitely at the height of meta at the moment, I would say.
James, can we talk about relevant leagues, please? Thank you.
Of course we can go.
Masters isn't a league previous. Fact.
Oh,
Oh,
True.
so they've got rid of Ed Ontario's amazing champion pool of at least where he goes 5k down.
Previous, you get 2 more shots at him tonight. You get 2 more.
Wins a game once.
Wins the game once against a player. Never gonna
100%
let it
win
go.
rate, by the way. 100% win.
Yeah, actually, Previous, how does it feel to go completely undefeated within the regular season? Do you expect it to go all the way into playoffs?
We've got Bendix, so yeah.
True.
Yes. 0-3 Cassio, how can you lose?
You're toxic.
I think the fact that you have Akkers makes it a bit. I was actually gonna say maybe Jarvan can go top here. It's like a bit off now.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then
it's
I
still
mean, he's not afraid
playable
of-
top. It's just not as good. But if Dakin is comfortable on it from the jungle role, then I think it's probably one of your best case scenarios, really. I can't think. What other junglers could you see going top lane? You have Gragas, obviously.
Gragas, Silas is already banned. That
I
could
think
go
Olaf's something he can maybe, because I've seen a bit of that in solo queue recently. But
Yeah, I know that's
Yeah.
a possibility. If this guy, if he actually plays Lolly, if he actually plays Poppy, then Kane could be a good counter pick they could have held on for, just to give Dakin a bit of comfortable split pushing. He hasn't got to think much if he's just running down one lane.
I want to see it, like a Kindred or something coming out here. To be honest, just like shut down the Sejuani. I mean, like if Antaria is actually meant to be like a highly skilled mechanical player, then I want to see him on something that can just
That's
like
the
abuse the
Zoe.
Sejuani.
Gonna save jungle for second rotation here.
Yeah, you definitely want to save your jungle here because you got the flex pick. So Previous, in conclusion, you are an idiot.
Grow up.
I mean, the Olaf's still a pretty good pick into the Sejuani as well, and that would still give you a flex pick, like right to the very last, 20 seconds or so, because that could just be flexed in between the top lane and the jungler, and it's a good pick into Sejuani as well. So.
Yeah, but then if they could have 2 more bans, they could throw a jungle. They've already banned 2 junglers.
James,
Yes, Previous.
the team's the wrong way around.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
It's a professional outfit we're putting on here.
I would have liked to see the Syndra picked up there, actually. It's a really good pick into Zoe.
Thanks, man.
It's not bad into Jarvan. But they hold on to the pick, so now BB Muffin can ban out some hard counters if he...
I want to see what they're gonna play
It's
for
afraid.
here, 'cause I feel like there's a real where Jarvan can maybe even be flexed to 3 lanes here. Because obviously, I don't know if Jarvan's still there.
Oh yeah,
I
we
mean-
could get the Jarvan support back in. Classic Snuggly pick.
Shout out Snuggles. I expect them to ban maybe Cassio here. Cassio is a decent matchup into Zoe if you get past the early lane phase.
I'm expecting something like a Nautilus or a Brawl in the bot lane here. Support of Viperia.
Yeah. Maybe a Volibear, Renekton.
I've seen
know,
Death by Lollipops have some pretty good performances on the Renekton, to be fair. And if you look to Arena Clash, obviously not a very high level tournament, but he still managed to perform pretty well on that pick. So I think that's a good ban to take away from him, especially if he doesn't really know what he's going into and he's trying to be taking something strong blind.
Yeah, I know
Don't like the LeBlanc pick here that much.
I know Munch has basically played like only really like Nautilus this tournament, and like I know he's well known to be like a brawl player sort of thing. So
Is that supposed to be a shot?
enough of that.
Well-known brawl player.
I think there's a lot of options left open for the support here. That is not one of them.
That's not something you would expect.
That's a negative on this one, Chief.
That's just not an Nautilus, is it?
We do not pick them here.
Oh, he's gone back to it. He had us going in the first half, not gonna lie.
My brain is so big.
Oh, yeah, you got that information. That's where all the scoutings come from. Have you been doing all of the analyst work for Click then?
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm invincible.
Good to see that they've left the counter pick open for Death by Lollipops.
I quite like the Karma, yeah.
Should
I
be
mean,
going
they
top.
still have the flex pick. No, they don't. Never mind.
Let's check it.
Unless Karma goes jungle. I don't know. Is that like is that some
I've
news?
seen it.
New
I've seen
spicy
it.
Well,
pick?
I've seen, actually, funny you should say, but Absolved's manager loves Karma jungle, so I've heard.
Yeah, it could be.
I think that's right.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe it's hidden OP.
I've actually gone and checked Dakin's match history and seen that he's had one game of Karma in the last 27 games, and he went 4-9. So big things to come out from this.
And yeah, the Quinn actually being locked in by Death by Lollipops is quite an aggressive pick. I mean, it's not really meta anymore, but I think to about a year ago when it might have been sort of top meta, it was quite oppressive.
It was played
they
recently,
really are...
wasn't it, in LCK?
Was it actually?
Somewhat,
I think so.
Yeah, somewhat.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, if you're going to start playing through top lane and you want to try and get huge leads there and exploit that, Quinn's definitely a pick that you can do it on. Allows you to, once you've built up the lead, roam to other lanes, give help to the other areas of the map that might be struggling a little bit against the stronger opponents. So I'd be very interested to see the plays that Death by Lollipops can make on this Quinn when he starts to hit 6.
Pretty disappointed not to see the Irelia coming out though. I can't see that ban underneath the Discord icon, but if it weren't Irelia is a really good matchup into Karma, and then you have the melee synergy with Sejuani, because Sejuani's not really getting any stacks off this game.
No, not at all. Rakan's not ranged. Rakan is ranged, sorry, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sejuani's going to have a difficult time there.
I think Irelia would have been a much better win condition. The Quinn is a bit more coin flip.
Maybe even like a Camille or something top lane would have been really nice though. Because
Camille might have been okay.
Karma and, and the Sejuani Camille combo is insane.
Yeah, Karma was also pretty good into the Karma pick as well. I think that would have been much better. I mean, maybe he's just very, very confident with his Quinn. Maybe he's just been spamming it in solo queue recently. Who knows?
But I mean, like, I know Muffin plays a lot of like Zoe, and all I'm seeing from the side of Absolved is a lot of squishy targets.
Yeah, true. A lot of those players are just going to get straight popped if they get hit in the face by a long range Zoe Q as well. They have a lot of safety in the Xayah, I suppose, with the ultimate, but that's only going to go so far when you've got a lot of people trying to lock you down. The Jarvan pick into the Xayah is also extremely oppressive. Like, if he just ults onto you, you ulti, great. You have to play Flash still, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and even if BB Muffin can time it right, then the sleep isn't really stopped by Xayah anyway.
Yeah, true.
He has to dodge it preemptively, and then you're blowing your ultimate for a 15-second cooldown. It's even shorter at the point where Zoe will be aiming for Xayah anyway. We really need to see Absolved snowballing this through top as soon as possible. Really. Otherwise, this game's just going to fall apart a little bit.
What would you expect the jungle pass to be like, Pravius?
I feel like they're going to be very, very kind of like what you'd expect. I feel like Jarvan should be starting on the top side, pathing down towards boss. I think he needs to be impacting the Lucian Braum to get them snowballing. Because I think if the Xayah Rakan and this comp falls behind, it's just game over, I think. Sejuani doesn't really have much, doesn't really have any gate lanes to like actually gank except for mid lane maybe. But then mid lane also has the barrier, so I think it's a little bit doomed for the Sejuani, honestly.
I think there's a lot of room for Jarvan to make some impact on the top lane, maybe shut down the Quinn too.
Yeah.
With Mantra or the Karma W, there's definitely room for some ganks up there.
Death by Lollipops will be feeling a lot of pressure as well, feeling that he'll have to try and carry the game, so you can possibly exploit that from Viperia, and maybe try and shut him down when he goes too aggressive and tries to exploit the Karma a bit too much.
Yeah, that is an option. If I was in Jarvan's shoes, I would not want to be playing towards Dakin Karma top though, to be fair.
Yeah.
I agree. And how does the LeBlanc Zay matchup go in this sort of game, so?
I think it's a little bit LeBlanc flavored, but I do prefer the Zoe side, especially when you take that barrier, because if she ever W's in, you just E her and you win the trade off the back of it, because that sleep is so big and it's hard to miss when she's got W. But LeBlanc has the onus, like if LeBlanc wants to go aggressive, she can. If Zoe wants to go aggressive, it's almost impossible.
But I think like on the side of LeBlanc, you've got to be so careful going in, especially considering like you'd expect Jarvan to have that early like pressure. So if you go in at the wrong time, it's kind of
yeah, exactly. And you don't even get prio without playing aggressive. So I don't rate the LeBlanc pick here. I think they definitely should have taken that Syndra earlier.
I mean, like I think with this comp, they need to take something that was a lot more aggressive in the early game for jungle, because I think they get the early push on top lane and mid lane. I'm pretty sure.
They don't get early push mid.
Does it not? No. I'm not sure what the matchup's like, but at least she has like a little bit of kill pressure, then, at least in the early maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure why they picked Sejuani with nothing to kind of synergize well with her. Like even their gang setups, like she can only really do something level 6 bot lane, maybe top lane if some, like if top lane's able to like chase down the Karma, but then Karma's got all the shields and stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like it's really, really doomed from the get-go for Sejuani.
Interesting rune choices here, like the unsealed spellbook. Sorry, what are your thoughts on that, Beely?
I'm not sure. I don't see the benefit of taking that over something like the Airy for a bit more poke, or the Electrocute to win trades harder. We'll see if he gets some Smurf plays off of it, swap into Smite, get a steal, nice TPs, and it's 100% worth it. But I think it's a bit unnecessary.
How does it work with the W? Does it?
Yeah, so you'll get your W proc off of all the different summoners you use. The only big one is if he's taken Hex Flash, he'll be able to look for some pretty cheesy trades if he Hex Flashes over walls and gets that W and E. But I don't think it's optimal. I'll check to see if it's being played though, because that's quite interesting. I know that BB Muffin's played a lot more Zoe than I have recently, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking at what the pros are playing at the minute. I'm really seeing Electrocute or Airy. I'm not seeing anything else. And in this matchup, I think the going Electrocute and Domination is ideal because you just win the trade so much harder.
I mean, do you think it's him playing a little bit more safer when he's going up against Double Blanc with Ignite? He's taking the barrier as well, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think Unsealed Spellbook offers you any more safety than just going Barrier and Domination, to be honest.
I feel like there is an argument where like maybe you can take the Cleanse to make sure you don't get killed level 6 by the Sejuani, but then you've only got that once, right? And it's kind of...
You got a long cooldown for it, yeah, like each individual spell.
Yeah, I don't think Cleanse is that good here, especially because Zoe LeBlanc can just follow up with chains.
Yeah.
Should probably rush Merc Treads if Sejuani's playing that hard to them.
We are still just waiting to get in game. We're just loading in now, waiting for that spectator delay to come up. As soon as we're in game, I'll switch it over to there and we'll see what's going on.
Oh my god, First Blood coming in for Team Gold. Oh, it's a fight. Oh, it's a massacre.
Wait, that's a good one actually. Who's gonna get First Blood and where? Which team?
I think Jarvan.
I'll be taking bets.
I think
level 3 mid lane. I'm taking LeBlanc level 4.
I think Jarvan top lane is going to get First Blood.
See, I kind of think on the side of Viperia, they've just gone in comp. Like, Aether's just gone, forget top lane, it's Dakin, cam bot lane. Like, yeah, it's like the alter ego speed, you know what I mean? Like, on the other side of the map. It's like, come, just keep ganking my lane no matter what, you know what I mean?
I think, depends on the path, yeah. I imagine Jarvan has to start red, kind of. He's not
Hard
going to get that good
sleeper.
of a leash from the top.
Unfortunately, Scrunchy Abuser, BB Muffin has had to go and pick up his scrunchies before the game to buff him up and make sure he's tip-top on that Zoe, so... I don't know how to do that. I've been practicing for days. I can do like 2.
So James, James, how you do it is you go.
I can't.
Oh, it's got that. Nice.
I thought it was. I thought you have to do like this.
Can you do the oop? The oop's
And you? And you? I can do 1.
I'm like Ophelia. I've just got my hydro flask. And oop.
Actually, with that spellbook, you can swap to cleanse and survive 1 gank, maybe.
Cleanse is a big one.
Mr. Muffin
sure.
has reconnected now, so hopefully we'll be getting that pause sorted out very
But
soon.
I'm not sure if cleanse actually saves him from much. The only thing you can really cleanse is Sejuani ult, because the Blunt can double chain, and your cleanse still doesn't do that much.
I think you can
Still held
cleanse
down.
sweat from his forehead from playing Zoe.
True. You can't cleanse Rakan. You can cleanse Zyru, I guess, but if he's getting hit by Zyru, he's probably dead.
Guess we'll have to find out then, won't we? So what were the predictions for First Blood then?
Level 3
Jarvan top lane.
One at a time, lads. One at a time.
Right, predict the CS as well that Jarvan will have.
12.
4.
It might be okay for level 2 to be fair. It's either going to be like 12 or 4, isn't it?
J4's gonna.
Krugs or just 1.
He's gonna take red buff. He's gonna go bot lane. He's gonna gank bot lane. He's gonna go mid. Gank mid. He's gonna go top. Gank top.
He's
He's gonna get 3 kills out of it.
Well, if it was your J4, you would have gotten 3 kills within the first 3 minutes, wouldn't have you?
He's gonna take red buff, blue buff, and then gank top.
Who's put in? Somebody put in chat D4 negative win rate versus 200 LP Grandmaster.
I think that's the mid difference, no?
Is that mid difference? I don't know, because I know Ontario's got a 600 LP challenger account.
And you beat him, yeah, we get it.
He's like, he heard when I said, oh, you get 2 more shots. He's just trying his best to not make them sound like shots now.
Yeah. I think Ontario last week didn't play optimally.
No, he didn't play optimally. He played Click Esports.
This is not
I
the
think
one.
we did a shout. I think we did a big shout out in the chat for Keverman. Everyone's chat spam Keverman. I don't know who that is, but everyone seems to love him.
You don't know who Keverman is?
Not a clue, mate.
I should have to do it on my phone.
Everyone's chat, nice. Just good Keverman.
Oh, I don't have the Keverman. Alright.
Both junglers starting on the same side of the map. On that bot side.
I really feel like Dakin should have fake leafed here, just kind of like make them expect him to be level 3 ganking top lane.
They saw him come late because of that ward.
Yeah.
Looks like
He's moving into the mid lane.
Bot side.
It's very early. Or is he moving into
Red.
red? Oh, okay.
Oof.
They have that ward. Looks like
There's
it.
no prior in the top lane though, and couldn't get there before Karma, so...
Yeah, they did see him going in there, but the Sejuani's still moving up. They're pinging it. They pinged it. They know he's going.
I feel like Jarvan just gets out alive with this, as long as he doesn't use his EQ on the camp, he just gets out alive, I think.
I think he just used EQ on the camp.
Direct to camera, please.
It's doomed. Oh, never mind. We just
See what the result of that was.
I'm really
Oh,
confused.
so he did get
why
the
they
he got the red and he managed to get out.
I'm really confused why they didn't just punish that, honestly. It's just such a free kill. I know you said
Yeah,
you
I
wanted
would have
to-
expected the Blanc to move down. You've got the Quinn as well that can move down. I'm very surprised because they knew exactly what was going on. Maybe it just wasn't communicated. I mean, you saw the ping though as well, didn't you?
It's just fear of losing CS. Zoe and Karma have quite good push. So.
BB Muffin effect just gets in your mind. Or you can hear for nightmares like hello, and you're like, oh.
Oh my god. Big trade coming up.
We still haven't had.
Not seeing any first blood, yeah.
Yeah,
Wrong.
we're all still relatively safe. I mean, we are all wrong because Jarvan's
said
passed
Zoe.
the 14 CS. You said Zoe.
Zoe.
Oh,
Zoe
okay.
at level 3. Yeah.
I just didn't think Zoe because of the summoner spell choice.
This could be the level 3 Jarvan bot lane that I predicted.
You predicted top.
Like, what?
I predicted top.
We all predicted bot
They are
lane.
going in now.
Oh, he misses the EQ, doesn't follow with the flash. I feel like he could have, maybe.
Brawn
In
Pass
the
is
end,
so
it's
close to be ticking
actually
down.
Unfavorable trade. They lose that 2v3.
Really bad actually. As Sejuani invades this scrum now, she kind of gets back all the temper that she had.
Ah yes, this lane is gankable. Stay some more. Wonder if there's a wave stacking top. They might be able to dive that Karma.
Yeah,
Bit of a
potentially.
risky.
Let's have a little
I don't know
look.
if they've got. I don't know if they've got damage for it because Sejuani can't block the E very well.
It's only about a wave. She is about half HP though.
It
And
is
the
stacking.
Sejuani's just a bit too low.
Clegg Dakin is not even behind in CS. So he's done quite well for him. So
Yeah, no, he'll manage to pick up that one and go about even.
Oh, big
Munch
trade
falling
coming
very
in.
low.
Oh, they're not falling. I'm not following that one. He had the ignite. Maybe he could have forced something a bit harder there.
have the balls.
Yeah, maybe it's just a little bit of fear. I mean, the J4 came down earlier. He's still around that bot side. It is
What's
also
the first break here?
first drain.
Big.
It's an ocean.
Oh,
Huge, absolutely enormous.
You can see it on the right.
Ginormous. Like that's.
I'm not sure why the bot lane is staying around here. They're just making themselves gankable.
I feel like Jarvan really wants to be going for like a solo.
They've spotted her out on that.
They
Scuttle.
haven't. They
They
just
should have.
predicted. No, they didn't. They haven't seen the Sejuani yet.
No, they just
No,
backed up.
I want to be seeing Jarvan going Crocs into Drake here.
Jarvan actually lost his whole top side and then
FC trade on the Disco Dakin.
bot side as well.
Maybe if you'd been greedy taking the ignite, maybe probably would have gotten the kill there, but gets him very low and he'll have to back. About a 10 CS deficit actually formed in that top lane now, but that's been sort of evened out by mid as well.
Do you think it's going to be an AP calm or a tank calm?
It's to be AP.
It's gonna be an
Yeah,
AD comp.
I would assume AP.
Well, the return gang, they flash onto them.
Double flash, triple flash.
Oh my god.
That's domination.
That's the commitment you like to see.
They've got the wave perfectly set.
See, that's where, if that earlier trade, if they went a bit harder on the Brawn when he was low, they might have got a few sums there. That wouldn't have been possible.
True.
But because they're playing too scared, they're allowing themselves to be punished.
They'll also pick up
Yeah.
the Drake for free.
I feel like the playstyle of this Absolve bot lane has been very much like the scaler. Don't really take many risks and.
Is that what you want to be doing on Xayah Rakan though? I mean, I guess you're against Lucian Braum, which is a pretty strong laning duo in of itself, so I understand the...
Well, I feel like we've already said, you know, like this Absolve team needs to be getting these early advantages, otherwise they're gonna just get outscaled basically by everyone.
As soon as you get Dakin out of the laning phase and get him buffing up other people and supporting the rest of his team, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You see like that small CS lead that's building up, but it's not going to be enough to carry them through the game.
Muffin's actually opted into the ignite and trade of his flash.
He's gone the full combat summoner spells. He's gone like the 1v1 summoner spells.
Maybe this is the time for Death by Lollipops to look for a mid. Perhaps.
Yeah, Zoe without any sort of summoner spell for flash is also is very easy to gain.
Excellent.
Rescue goes for the solo kill.
Lollipop's trading aggressively in the top, trying to get that down. Sejuani hovering as well, so they know where they want to play.
Jazz just back now, unfortunately, though, so nothing gonna really come of that. I think that it's sort of moved past a point now where they're going to be able to exploit that. I mean, Death by Lollipops he needs to back here and try and use his gold, the gold he has in his pocket. He's got 2,000 gold just sitting in his bank there. He really needs to go back and pick up an item so he can actually start dealing some real damage to him.
He'll
really
lose
like-
his interest if he spends it.
Yeah, I really feel like he's base here
Shut
and then just like press R and fly back to lane, then have the TP prior for like any plays you already making on the spot side.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to try and look for now.
I think saying like how I said like,
He's
like
going Infinity.
Aye.
Like,
I think
Crazy gamer.
we said Viperia would be like doing very well in the mid game with their comp. Obviously, this Ocean Drake massively helps, like, you know, like especially with the Zoe code. So that lets her just continuously just keep firing the fuse into the enemy team.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Like that.
That right there is a nuclear bomb.
I mean, I haven't really played Quinn properly recently, but I'm not sure if Infinity
the
Edge
barrier.
is the best thing to go first.
Yeah, and Zoe outtrades the Blanc every guild matchup.
Is that how it's supposed to go in that matchup?
I mean,
Or
he didn't use his, he's maxed in W, right? And he didn't use W to damage, he just used W to back.
The LeBlanc, yeah, he is.
So it's not going to be a favourable trade, and BB Muffin using the barrier proactively there.
Would you not max W in this matchup then? Would you go for something else, or would you just little fight coming in the bot lane? Badger being caught out here.
He has flash and ult. He's not getting out of this one.
He's not getting out. 2 CC'd up, he's lost the ignite as well.
Lucky with the last hit. Love that.
Yeah, I would max W still for the wave clear, but if you're going to look for aggressive trades, then you need to be using that W to actually trade, not just to get close to the Zoe. The Infinity Edge not paying off from the top side.
Taking a little damage there. He has got flash up still, and he's got the passive going. He dodges the Q.
He dodges.
Oh, it's fake.
That's a proto belt.
That's a pro belt on my screen.
But she should play the lottery.
2 plays already by herself.
I can't do it. Whenever I want SK, I'll ask who's the best here at doing them.
Really?
Beely. I'll ask you, Beely.
Oh, they're gonna collapse on it. No flash, remember? No flash, go!
They're quaking.
Zoe is that imposing, I guess.
So Giovanni went near and did.
Green can backflip out of the Jarvanot here.
It's just BB Muffin's like war chant, isn't it? No. Oh.
What do you guys think about the IE rather than the lethality build?
I think Yumu's move speed would have been insane in this game.
I agree. I think it also gives you the earlier damage that you need to be able to try
that's
and
a bubble
push your lane
that might be
lead.
a dead song. But yeah, Zoe has no flash. Oh, Chase, come back!
Dakin's got a million move speed. And Dakin's living up to his name.
Ah, that's quite good tower dodging from the side of Resolve there to be able to pick up the kill. A lot was blown. Have to go the ignite, all of the ultimates that they had, but they did manage to pick up the kill.
Munch just solo killed the Herald.
Just last night.
That's one for my screen.
She's gone. Oh!
Oh my! That's a solo kill on my screen.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. What do you do when you look mid and see your mid laner getting solo killed by 3 people at once? I'm not sure.
I think that's 1-0 to BB Muffin.
I think the Zoe's really going to come into her element soon.
I mean,
when they start sieging around towers, it's going to be really impossible for them to force onto this.
Yeah,
I mean, what can you do when Muffin's got a Hydro Flash? Like,
well, this is my Hydro Flash. CS lead coming up. It's about a similar seed in the top lane though, so it's really going to come down to the mid or top difference. We all know top has better champions.
True, and it is a role that can carry the game very easily.
Oh, his movement. Oh, he's got no flash though.
Dodge out.
Yeah.
No flash. This is gonna be.
Yeah.
And we commented on it earlier, without the flash he's so vulnerable to these ganks. He manages to get the barrier off and a little ignite, but it doesn't do very much. He did get a little bit of damage out on that last Q, but falls down after pushing up a bit too much.
I wonder if Absol realised he had no flash and punished, or if they just tried to
Just go for it anyway.
I'm not sure about
That
this
should
one.
be a quick kill.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh my god.
Press E before your Q. You actually do
He must have not had it up. He must have been doing it. He must have been hitting the
right.
chickens with it.
Oh, Aether is really smurfing in that trade there. I'm not sure about the Quinn build.
Still a ways off the Infinity Edge.
Yeah, Quinn is traditionally a earlier game champion at least as well to
Yeah.
Try and punish with the ultimate because you do have it as like a toggle and a million movement speed. So
Yeah, it costed like a hefty bit of mana, especially in the early game, but you can still really get away with it. I am surprised that he hasn't tried to. I would have been just pushing waves and roamed, especially when we saw Zoe take no flash. I would have been down there as much as I could. Not even necessarily to try and gank, but just try and have some pressure laid down. Karma has some decent wave clear, but you should be able to push it up enough to go and make these kind of plays.
yeah, absolutely. We see a room down here to get the free tower. Quinn can't do nothing. And in the meantime, the rest of the team is not doing anything as well. So
I'm not really sure why
punished, really.
Jarvan's going with AD. I really feel like he should just be going full tank because his entire like job this game.
Oh, they're looking for ducking again. They land the combo, being followed up as well. Oh,
Disco Ducking dies.
Oh my lord!
Holy shit.
that was
BB,
blind.
can we get a?
Was that?
I'm
That
putting
was a
Gate
blind
goes
flash. He
and,
flashed blind into
Oh,
the...
Oh, he's gonna get another one here.
I think he might get two if Hero tries to...
Oh my!
He's moving
gonna
up.
get a third
He's
as
got the
well.
minions blocking him now. It's gonna be a little more difficult.
Yeah, there's always balance.
Oh, he hits the sleepy trouble bubble and he pops him down.
gonna die.
Oh, and the
Oh.
stopwatch.
BB Muffin is the
and
best
you,
player
and
in the
you.
fucking world. You know how he done that, guys? It's because he has a Hydra Flask. Buy one in the shop. Use code BB Muffin for 10% discount.
Use code Scrunchy for.
I mean, that's why
really...
he had to pause the game early, go get his scrunchies. You can see the power it's allowed him to.
He's getting quite
Have on
bored
one
of this
champion.
game of League of Legends, and he thinks, do not try and trade. Oh, you're gonna die as well, you stupid woman.
Oh my. How did that make you feel, Billy?
Domination on the rip.
It's quite depressing to watch LeBlanc run it down.
I mean, what can you do as LeBlanc when you're getting ganked so much?
I think
Jungle
I'm always under the impression that if you're gonna hard in, at least commit to it and buy mobies. There's no point in softing. Obviously, Ace is stepping up here.
The joint is going in. No, she's not.
The Infinity Edge is still coming. I've heard rumors that he will start next game with it because he got it so late this game.
Oh,
As per Riot's
God.
ruling.
I mean, he got the BF and the pickaxe like
Oh, this could be a
8
kill.
minutes ago.
If he follows with the E, oh, he's really
well played.
Okay, I take back everything I've ever said.
This guy is a god on.
The IE was the correct choice all along, and we just got smurfed on.
What skin is that from Zoe, actually?
It's the new Star Guardian.
Ah, okay.
It's really nice. If anybody wants to gift it, I do selfie pics.
In-game name is BD, that's BELEEY.
Do not gift it to Beely. Gift it
like,
to PFI. 3 letters. It's really simple.
Just like say, I do also sell Billy's feet pics, so.
Would much appreciate Star Guardian, Zoe.
Yeah. I still think that this Quinn counter pick wasn't very well utilized this game.
He has now got the IE, so he's on that big power spike. I'll be expecting to see a lot of big damage.
Oh, look at them.
Putting gags. There's nothing.
He did approximately 100 damage there, which is really a testament to his power spike. Yeah, I just.
He is
not a
going
fan
in now.
of
He
Beautiful.
knows his
Okay.
power spike. He's going for it. I haven't seen
25%
one crit yet.
Oh my, that was a. And Munch with the solo kill.
Auto attacking a minion as well, what a beast.
Oh
He's
my
gonna get a
God.
second.
See, that cannon minion being worth a bit more than normal cannon minions. That is because it is actually a champion.
And the team just getting cleaned up here. That's going to be an ace for Viperio. They're going to be able to get a lot here. I mean, you saw the Quinn go in. She recognized the IE spike, but I don't think I saw a single crit. That's got to feel really bad. He had like 5 auto attacks in there.
Should have had at least one then.
Yeah,
That
should
would
have had
have
at least
Say
one.
I'm surprised.
It's basically like playing Hearthstone at this point.
I mean, if he picked up that IE, walked in, critted everyone, and then just one-shot the entire team, we'd all be eating our words. But
Oh, he hit the bubble actually. He's gonna go for this. He's picked it. Oh.
no, the minions will be in the way.
You could have made some faker plays there. Oh, they're gonna collapse onto the Zoe.
Oh.
Zoe. Has
The
got a
IE
flash.
spike is still there. He's going for it. That's one
Holding
crit.
on to flash.
Going in.
He's got the barrier to use.
And that's it.
There we
Christ,
go.
that
That's a
thing.
big
800.
shutdown. 850
God.
gold going into the
That's-
pocket
that's-
of Death by Lollipops.
That's another IE.
That's another right.
Should pick up the coal here. They're only winning this one if it goes to 40 minutes anyway.
Yeah, true. You gotta go all in now.
Despite that, Vaporeo's still got a 7k gold lead.
Yeah, pretty sizable. I mean, PFI, if this was you on Diabolus and you were this far behind, what would you try and do now to repair the game?
We sit in a bush and we flip it. And if we don't flip it, we type 2 letters in chat. And we next it.
How do you type better jungler wins in 2 letters?
I ask myself the same thing every day.
They are going for a sort of little hide-in bush.
They're being quite proactive, I do appreciate that.
Yeah, they're not giving up. I mean, with the Quinn, you are still able to pick people off pretty easily. They do have some pretty strong pick with the Sejuani, the
Well, they're
Rakan, the
predicting.
Quinn.
Yeah. If I was them, I'd collapse them onto this Zoe. Try and shut down teammate strength, at least. It's really
I think they're going
impossible
to try and
for
go
Zoe.
here with Karma on the bot side as well. They're 4v3. I think they just have to try and go for it.
I'm really confused as to why.
Oh, interrupted the
man,
EQ.
Knock up. They can turn onto the Jarvan here, no damage already being
Got
triggered.
the TP coming in from Dakin though.
They
He's
trigger onto
breeding.
one now.
Death by Lollipops with the right click.
Oh
Not quite.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Zoe chasing down that Quinn gives up eventually. So Quinn will
unfortunately,
get out.
without a qualified play-by-play caster, it just degenerates into oh, wow.
Okay, I giga focus for play by play. I won't say
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
until
yeah.
the play
Okay.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all do it.
I mean, do we?
Wait, that's not how it works, guys.
do we? I'm sure cumulatively we all know the names of all of the movesets on each champion.
No, I'm just gonna say LeBlanc using that W.
I mean, we can learn here. We can all learn together. The whole stream can learn together. If I click on someone, Sejuani.
It's actually hit the sleepy trouble bubble.
That's it. We know that one.
And the Arctic
Quinn
is
looking
so
for the
far
flank.
away from the. Oh,
Oh, what the?
Oh
Quick, going in there. They're trying to push.
Oh my god, Bron getting caught out now as well. And that's that.
Not about me.
that's
Oh, they go back in actually.
They're still going
Sejuani
in.
with a knock up, chasing the misses W. Karma waiting in the wings. Sejuani taking a lot of damage. Quinn chasing down, moving at the speed of light. That's
Another sleepy trouble bubble.
a
Oh
lot
my
of damage.
God.
That's a lot of damage on my screen.
Pop quiz. What's Sejuani's passive called? PFI.
That's a good question, James.
I know this one.
Let me think about that one
He's
quickly.
Googling it.
You get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's called Fury of the North, actually.
No, it's not.
It is called Fury then.
No, it's not. It's called Tanky Bitch.
I have to beep that one out. I will do that in post. I'm not sure how live TV works. What's Zoe's R, Beely?
Portal.
Jump.
Portal jump.
Oh,
I
God.
mean, you got 50% of it, and he had the jump. So I'll give that
You
to
got the
you.
portal bit. I got the jump bit.
Prepare for trouble.
That's what I mean. Cumulatively, we must know all of the movesets.
Okay, James. What's Quinn's E called?
Baby got back.
Is he allowed to say
I was close enough.
Oh, a big key going out from Zoe there. Oh, they're looking for that Jarvan EQ's in. He's
Oh,
caught out
the
here.
standstill.
The Blanco's in, gets the
Cataclysm.
Jarvan's gone. Jarvan's big cataclysm.
Oh my.
They're fighting a bit. Oh, the flank by Lollipop! Oh my god, he flashes out.
Aiden chasing him down, running
He's a
him down like the thing he is.
The bird he
That's
is.
the flash to end him. End it
Oh,
all.
they're going. Oh, they picked up that flash. You forgot Zoe is not balanced.
I mean, it's still just a 1-for-1 trade, so it's not actually too bad. They will push into the mid lane now and try and take down those towers a little bit more.
Not showing you back there. Didn't Stefani die?
Not on my screen.
She's alive and kicking.
I mean, it's unfortunate that the Jarvan ended up going down and the Sejuani not. It means that you can't really go for that Baron until now that everyone's respawned. But they will start moving towards it now, clearing out the vision.
Just know they got triple ocean Drake.
Got a really good Baron dance to that triple ocean.
Yeah,
True,
they've also
true.
got a cloud break, so.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Zoe is.
Oh.
Oh, he lands the
the
bubble.
sleepy trouble bubble.
Going for, oh!
Doesn't want to kill champions.
Quinn gives vision on the Baron, so they know they're there, but what can they do on this
Oh,
hill?
he's actually going for the steal on about 10 health points.
About 2k HP, Baron's about to go down though. He's gonna
gonna
flash
get it?
over.
Oh
He's
my
gonna
Oh, I thought he. Oh, never mind.
smite just a little bit too early there. Oh, the
Oh
damage
my
from
God.
BB Muffin and the Cataclysm coming in from the J4 as well. They'll clean up the rest of the fight here.
Electro athlete.
If BB Muffin can do this to people in game, I can say the B word. That's a fact.
There's some. Oh,
Oh.
Fuyu with the rage.
Oh
Fuyu.
no.
Toxic. That is
Fuyu more like few men.
a crazy, crazy gamer.
I mean,
I
really,
mean-
as a cyber sportsman, you can't be doing stuff like that in a competitive game. It's just
Did he rage quit?
6 seconds left on his. I mean, he's just given up. Like,
They have a chance to defend here. Hopefully they're coming back.
and Pudding Cakes goes, "Where's my bot lane?" This game's 4v5. What can I do?
It's interesting that Quinn's decided to pause the game at 25 minutes for an AFK bot lane. I would have paused the game much earlier.
I mean, what percentage chance would you give for Absolved for actually being able to come back and win the game?
3.
3%?
I don't know, because Quinn Rakan is. I mean, Zaya Rakan is really strong. They've got the Quinn in the side lane, so if they don't end and they just farm these 2 lanes of super minions, then they can actually, you know, funnel onto the Zaya.
If they
I
can
mean,
hold
you're
up the
still-
Baron, they
yeah,
still
well.
have some half decent wave clear as well, so it's not the end of the world.
They've got the 3 bad buff too.
I mean, the Zaya's
True.
gonna be farming minions, whereas BB Muffin's gonna be farming the Zaya. So I mean, it's.
It's really unwinnable. I think, you know, nobody's been playing bad. They just haven't played around their pressure well. And some interesting build pass, but you know, they've held their own when they've actually fought.
I mean,
When
the
they get
real
picked
good
off
thing
is
is
the problem.
that BBL is up in CS over jungler, so I think Absolve come across the real winners in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did expect more coming out of that lane. If Absolve were going to be winning it. Death by Lollipops is someone that you would expect to get a huge lead, but you can see here it took him too long to get to the IE spike, and even when he did, he didn't manage to utilize it well.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
kinda-
You want to be using your map presence as Quinn and affecting other lanes with your pro. Because he played the lane really well. 20 CS up against the Karma is really good. But when you're not impacting the map with that lead and the rest of your team is just sort of falling over, then
I mean, it really feels like they kind of just went, let's pick Quinn here, like in the draft. I feel like he's just doesn't seem like he's very practiced on it, and I think just the draft from the get-go was just really holding them back from playing the game properly.
I mean, do you have
Ah,
the
it's a
ADC
lot of flame
reconnecting
coming
now?
down
So
on Quinn.
he's back now. Hopefully the pause will be finished soon-ish.
I think a big issue stems from this draft also. Don't think Quinn's big
Where's that?
enough a counter of Karma to punish.
I mean,
It
it's
also
picking
doesn't have the
connecting,
scalability,
isn't
I
it?
don't think.
And LeBlanc's a cannon minion. She's not a champion. That's a fact.
Spitting
You say
straight
that, I
facts.
think-
Love 'em or hate 'em, he's spitting straight facts.
LeBlanc will 100 to 0 Lucian if she gets a full combo.
With those items at the moment.
It's just not
Yeah.
correct.
That's a fact.
Pulse.
Want to hear a fact? She's never gonna hit those.
I mean, this
Oh,
could
they're
be
going in on Zoe here. And they're going out. And they're going
The
back in.
ulti, he's got no escapes left. They're just going to leave him to the
CC,
dogs.
And they're
Just
shaking
overextended
them up.
again.
That's a big shutdown as well. That's another IE.
This is Absolve's way back into the game. Just looking
That'll
for picks
delay
of,
them for quite a while
over
now.
extent.
Yeah, definitely, and they get farm. Not only are they getting 2 siege minion waves coming into the base, but the siege minions are actually denying a lot of farm from Viperia. So Viperia have a lot of pressure on them to end in the next sort of 5 minutes, or they will fall behind in terms of farm. They might not be behind in gold at the end of it, but they will start to lose their lead.
I really feel like this is now going to become like the Xayah game. If the Xayah can't carry this, I think they just kind of fold. Because she's obviously going to be the one doing a lot of the wave clearing and getting a lot of gold onto herself. So I really feel like at this point, DBL needs to be kind of throwing himself in front of the Zoe to protect the carry at this point.
Yeah, I think that's fair. He's about to reach his 3rd item as well for you. He's got the Rakan protection. He does have a lot of protection from Sejuani and Rakan together, and they have a lot of decent engage. They want to try and make picks, so it's not all lost.
Might be worth going Shiv here instead of normally going for that rapid fire or.
Do you think that works out better for the amount of damage you could get off in team fights as opposed to?
Also the wave clear. You've got 2 super minion waves coming in. Nobody really deals with it well. So if you got that Shiv, critting the wave. It depends what your values. I think it is more damage in team fights as well. You don't really need that range.
Extra range. Oh, Badger's having a little bit of a misstep there.
Wow.
He whiffs the ulti as well.
Lagging a little bit.
Fuyu is still alive though in these fights. He's got Rakan with him now.
The bubble. Oh, oh my
God.
Electro athlete.
And the entire of the US server just crumbles to pieces somehow. Everyone in the game DCs. Happens.
We'll have to go back and heal here quickly. They're definitely going to be using a 3rd inhib here. They'll have to try and clear the waves out from bot lane, but with the Baron buff coming in as well, it's going to be
You've
pretty
got
difficult.
the flank on Quinn coming in though.
I just don't think there's much that he can do.
You want the flank on it.
I think a couple of minions are a bit strong.
Just a different wave. They are going in now.
Okay, they got stopwatches back out.
Potential evolution. They lost. Okay, now the game's finished.
Garden's ending.
Finished.
Oh well, I think it's what most of us would have predicted. It's a shame that Absolved are now out of the competition. They won't advance onto playoffs. I think Viperia were one of the only other teams that were certain for playoffs. So that's
yeah, they
good
do
for
have
them.
a really strong roster. I think Absolved, as much as we meme them, they did put up a decent fight. They did, take things back, but
Yeah, definitely.
their comp was really difficult to play. I think they didn't have much CC. They don't have much synergy in terms of Sejuani with the melee champions.
Look at that meaty amount of damage that BB Muffin managed to pump out on Zoe. I mean, you would expect it from the champ, but it's still a huge amount. Double the amount of his, almost double, sorry, the amount of his AD carry counterpart, and more than double of anyone else on the enemy team. Really good MVP from Brawlance coming out from.
Yeah, I think
Muffin,
BB Muffin is the MVP. It's pretty undisputed. The man was 1v3ing everybody he saw.
Yeah, that triple kill up in the top lane actually. Like after that, there was nothing much anyone could do to stand up to him. The LeBlanc came in and tried to fight him afterwards, but he just got popped. So anyway, we'll be moving on to a game afterwards in a few minutes. It will be NSG versus Mythos, so stick around. We'll be back then.
If I say goodbye, then make me alive. 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 If I say make me a lie. If I say goodbye, then make
can't really pair that with the Karthus, right? Karthus doesn't want to be, again, as I said before, you don't want to be fighting the Olaf early game. I mean, that's what Kiana wants to be doing, is roaming down with a Moon Beast to bot lane or top lane and making things happen on the map, whereas Karthus wants to be farming. So I'm a little confused why he picked it, but
I mean,
never mind.
if they're happy to blind it and he's really comfortable on it, then fair enough to try and give the best matchup to top lane possible. And they're gonna pick the Nasus. Okay.
There's a lot of scaling on that team.
Yeah, that's a huge amount.
I'm saying that, but there's also a lot of scale. Like, cause the Kiana is gonna get outscaled by the Cassiopeia 100%.
Yeah.
But the Karthus will outscale with Olaf as well. So it's very much like which player is going to be the most impactful on their skill. I think Wins is very much more of a utility-based player, and I think obviously that's one reason why he plays a lot of TF. And whereas Trucker Phrase, I mean, seems to be kind of like a bit of a carry, but it doesn't seem to be like a big carry, if you get me.
Looking into, I don't know how to pronounce that. Hum, like as in hummus, Hume.
I think Hume sounds right to me.
Hume, but I would have said Hume if it was two U's. Hum.
Yeah.
I think Hume's better. We'll go with Hume. Hume's been playing a lot of Nasus in solo queue actually, and he plays a lot of the Kale as well. So maybe he's just used to that sort of scaling style, and that's just what he prefers. But two quite hard scaling top laners here. I mean, Gangplank's going to be able to take advantage of the Nasus though. He's going to win that matchup early quite hard.
I feel like when you get to like 30-35 minutes, I feel like Nasus is just going to be able to press R, press W, and just flash on top of him in one shot. I don't really think
the Gangplank, but Gangplank can always just W. It's a similar cooldown as well.
I still feel like a late game Nasus, if you can get to that point without getting abused too hard. Again, it'll be very much how this Olaf plays. I think if he plays heavily to top side, then obviously Gangplank will kind of just run over the Nasus. So I feel like Olaf can't really play to this bot lane until kind of like his level 6 comes up, so he can get the immunity to the Khan ulti and the W. Because I feel like if he goes near them, he's just going to get CC and they're just going to run away, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like he wants to be playing a lot towards this top side in the early game, just to put the Nasus behind and allow the GP to have like a lot of scaling, and then put a lot of focus in this bot lane, whilst ensuring that he has a lot of like river wards to ensure that the Kiana can't roam down with the Moby Boots.
I mean, one thing we have to point out for NSG as well, they are without Casper in this game. He's been a real big contributor to the games where they've almost won or where they have won. I think his absence will definitely have a huge impact on the bot lane and the wider team.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure the RIP DFG guy is meant to be kind of like one of the star players. I'm pretty sure he was on TKA Esports before he joined UKEL. So obviously he has got a lot of experience from like German scene, kind of as like as you said before, Edentario has like the experience. So I expect him to be kind of like this player that mechanically should be very good and obviously should have a good like map sense at least. So it'd be really interesting to see how he pilots the Kiana in the early to mid game.
Yeah, if Trucker Fraser manages to perform well on the Karthus as well, he's been quite good in recent weeks as well in the jungle. If he's able to pick up the kills that you need to on that Karthus for free. I mean, will Olaf be looking to invade this Karthus, try and put pressure on him early game?
Absolutely. With the prior he should have in top and mid against like range versus, well, Gangplank's essentially range versus melee matchups. I think they should have a lot of pressure in their lanes for him to free invade the top side. The issue is he can kind of freely sit in his bot side without any pressure because the Alistar, Zyra Khan, I think, have so much more utility and like push. He has no chance bot lane. But I guess there is potential when they start getting some levels on them for Olaf to look in with the Cassio, Lucian, Ali.
If you're Atto in this position, then what's your early game plan? Where are you starting and where are you going to try and move into?
Well, I guess it's pretty difficult to get Karthus on his top side. I'm looking to, I think, early invade them, ward out the side of the map, find out where Karthus starts, and then do something like basically just when you find out what side of the map he starts on, you just run to his camps on respawn on his top side.
I really feel like Olaf wants to be going for like a very early invade here. I think maybe as like just the GP, the Olaf, and the cast wants to be invading this top side like before the minions spawn, just get wards down. And I think if the Karthus do show to be starting on red, I feel like they can really go for like a 125 invade, because I really don't think they can do anything to stop them, right? And if Karthus falls behind in this matchup, it just makes so much more pressure for the Olaf, you know, in the early game.
One thing I will say, that NASA skin is one of the best in the game, so maybe they'll get a little bit of a buff from that. I'm very happy to see it.
It's taken Conqueror, which I haven't seen Nasus for such a long time. Maybe that's standard by now.
I haven't either. I mean, I'm trying to think of other stuff that might be good on him. I mean, Conqueror is
Maybe
kind of the
Phase
most broken
Rush.
rune at the moment. Yeah, Phase Rush is like a potential for him into that team as well. Used to run Spellbook on him actually. You just used to sort of like sit in lane and wait for things, and then try and I think you used to like flash Ghost and then go the Spellbook so you could TP in the early game, and then have Ghost for later on when you really want to be chasing people down. But you know, he's the one who plays it in solo queue right now. If he wants to take Conqueror, you know, it's a pretty strong rune at the moment, so I don't blame him.
They actually opted into the Doran Shield start as well.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, against the GP, you really do have to. It's going to be so much harass coming out early game with the grasp as well.
Ignite versus TP on mid. Looks like there might be some kill potential around 3 for Kiana.
First blood bets again, boys. PFI, where do you think?
I'm saying Kiana on mid.
Kiana mid.
Level 3.
Olaf, level 4 topside and Karthus. An invader or like a scuttle fighter.
I'm gonna go for Olaf onto Nasus level 4.
I see the game on Discord by the way, James.
Oh, sorry. Let me fix that for you, boys.
It's alright, I've got the stream up. It's been a few level 1 wards across the map. Karthus actually starting solo.
I'm a little confused by the solo start on the ramp, because honestly with the Karthus, like, you want to be getting them Krogs to be respawning as fast as possible, especially with the champion, because obviously they give you the most amount of XP. So I think kind of delaying the Krog respawn, even if it's by like, you know, 20 seconds or something, is so impactful at this level. And also the way that his camps now are going to respawn, that he's kind of forced into making a play topside for the second clear, just to be able to, like, you know, make his camps all reset at the correct time so he can just clear constantly and then
it does look like he's moving slightly towards topside, or he looks like he's just kiting the camp.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possible level 3 gank onto the GP from the Karthus, but
They actually saw where Karthus started as well, so that makes it even more kind of worthless.
They have pinged it out, they do know that he is there.
questioning why he hasn't gone Klepto on the GP, honestly.
I think he just wants that prio, to be honest, and it's just so abusive in the laning phase. If you can stop the Nasus from farming, I think you're better off taking the extra damage in lane, and being able to muscle your way into getting the extra plates, than by going Klepto and trying to farm up that way. Like very few GPs at the moment are taking Klepto in those matchups. I mean, this is one that you would expect it to be into, but Grasp is just really, really strong on him.
Karthus starting off his blue buff after a base, getting the amplifying turn.
But going bot though, you can see him in there a bit of extended here.
Yeah, looks like there might be a potential there.
Oh, that's completely turned around by Kaz though. He's going to go in, he's going to pick it up, he's going to get the double buffs. First blood coming in for Kaz. We were all wrong again. I mean, the director camera sort of just like switching between mid and bot lane, so I'm not really sure how that happened, but no, great play from Kaz and Teki to be able to come out with a kill after the gank there.
I feel like
Sorry, go on.
I think that kind of comes down to where we said before, like this. I think it kind of comes down to what we said before, where we want to see this Olaf on the top side, not the bot side in the early game. As Rafa said, like the utility that the Rakan brings to this lane and bot lane makes it so difficult for the Olaf to gank, and we've seen that they can turn it around really easily if they can't get the damage to one-shot the Xayah.
Didn't even notice, but Olaf actually opted into Predator rather than Conqueror as well. It's an interesting choice. Not sure how I feel about it.
Not much of a gold lead, but establishing early. You got a 500 lead on the Zaya, but they'll manage to equalize that a little bit in the CS. But I mean, I'm going to be terrified of this Zaya coming back into lane with the extra longsword. And actually, will you stay around? How much gold has he got? Sorry. You'll want to be trying to get the BF sword first, I would imagine. I don't really know ADCs.
Lot. The real question is, what do you guys think Beely's bought at the shop? Because he's been gone about 50 minutes, so...
Cornetto.
Cornetto?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Didn't he buy anything back for us, or...?
Yeah, he didn't even ask, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
I would have said, what's your favourite flavour of Cornetto?
Mint chalk.
Fair enough.
I'm a basic boy, just like my strawberry.
I'm a strawberry boy too.
I do like a strawberry.
I thought you were going to say I'm a basic and you were just going to go for like the plain chocolate one. Actually, does the plain chocolate one have like nuts on it?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Olaf going in for the bot lane again. Hopefully it'll go a bit better this time. He's propped the Predator.
Ooh. Speedy Gonzalez. He's gonna get. Ooh.
Nothing comes out of it again. He manages to get the hook off, but Atos coming back in. Oof. I mean, that's 2 failed ganks in the bot lane now. He's wasting a huge amount of time. The Karthus has just been farming all of this time. He's managed to stay even with him, but I mean, this is the time where you guys would expect the Olaf to be pressuring and really trying to take advantage, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, this is going really bad with the Olaf. Like, you're just gonna get outscaled by the Karthus no matter what here, and because you've kind of forced these ganks on the bot lane when you kind of already seen from that first gank that it just won't work, right?
Yeah.
And trying to do it again is kind of just saying like we're really desperate for bot lane to get him back into the game here, but I feel like this game already is kind of just massively now in the hands of MSG.
Yeah, although I will point towards the CS lead in top lane that has developed now. That's what I mean with the grasp. You're able to poke down the Nasus that much more. With the Sheen now as well, that's going to be some disgusting poke coming out.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to spy top lane just see if we can see how much damage he's going to be doing with that grasp and... Go on.
I mean, at this point where the GP's kind of like so far ahead, you know, he's getting his ultimate coming up there.
That's not that bad.
You could definitely see, you know, Olaf going towards the top side and maybe forcing a dive, maybe, you know, putting the Nasus even further behind, you know what I mean? He's only on more 500 health right now.
Yep, we do see the GP just hitting 6 as well, that'll only aid in the ganking.
Again, I'm not really sure why the Olaf... Oh, again, I mean, he's going back to the top side here.
I think he can just solo him under this tower here. He's got the ultimate up still. He's going to go for it.
Go.
Why would you not flash?
Just gonna burn his flash. Walk off.
Fair enough. Burns his flash, walks away. He's still actually still going for it. He's got flash, it's cute. Nice, lovely. Scar takes the solo kill there. He'll get a lot of plays for that as well, and that's even more CS missing. Double CS coming up in the top lane there, but NSG managed to go in and trade a dragon for it.
I mean, that is a massive dragon for NSG.
Yeah.
You want to get into this late game without scaling, and that is the perfect dragon for them, you know.
Absolutely.
This Nasus is like struggling in lane, obviously, and with our Ocean Dragon now, he can just sit back, get all his health back, all his mana back, and just continually just farm so he doesn't get punished as much by the GP.
Oh no, we're going in! Oh my god, he hits the EQ, he ignites down, he hits the stun, that's 1 kill.
I feel like you were walking back from the shop and you had that planned all along, and you've actually just been sat there for about 2 minutes waiting for a big play to happen so you could come in and scream in our ears.
Yeah, for approximately 60 seconds. For...
Okay. What did you get from the shop?
We said Cornetto.
Nah, don't be silly. I got stuff for a roast dinner, some nice baby potatoes, some banana milkshake, and
banana milkshake and his roast dinner. Oh.
If you were
episode 2.
If you were a part of a roast dinner, what would you be, Beely?
I mean,
sausage.
Atto going in for quite an invade there. But he's going to get popped out. We have the Karthus ult coming down as well.
Completely disrespecting Luciana.
Really confusing.
Yeah, he really should have tabbed and seen the 2 long swords and knew he would get 100 to 0.
What's this mid matchup like actually then? Kiana into Cassiopeia.
I think... Oh my goodness. I think Kiana can farm and roam, poke out the Cassio, but when Cassio gets items, it's a bit hard. So it's Kiana favored early in my.
I think we kind of said this earlier that like this Kiana has a lot of like mobility from her, especially in melee skirmishes and jungle.
Yeah, for sure. If Cassio gets a good W, like Kiana's gonna feel really bad.
But even without.
Oh, they're igniting onto the Alistar actually. They're following him down. He does have the flash, but
Not gonna be
He
enough.
goes down.
Karth is really just dictating. Like she's got jungle for free, really.
Yeah, I mean the last 2 kills we've seen are just people going a bit too up and just getting caught out.
I really feel like they can't be making these like risky plays here. I mean, they need to be kind of in control of the early game and not just giving free kills over. I mean, especially to a team comp that in theory should outscale with the power and with the top lane. Really.
I mean the only credit I see at the moment to Mythos is the GP. He's 30 CS up, he's got a kill over him, he's picked up the Cull now that's going to allow him to scale even more. I mean, if Scar's a really good GP player, maybe you could see him covering you in the mid game and possibly the late game, but you need to start getting things elsewhere and not getting something before this Karthus really scales. I mean, once Karthus now has his first item, is he quite a threat, or is he still in that early stage?
I mean, as soon as you pick up the Runic Echoes, because everyone else is still really squishing him and dodging him.
Dive coming in here top, GP ulti popped, oil ulti popped. That's just going to be an easy pickup as well. Surely, yeah, there we go. Rakan coming in though, he's going to try and pick it up.
Pick up the kill?
Ooh.
oh my god.
Not quite.
Yeah, didn't have the ignite there. It's very difficult for Rakan to go in there and pull that all off himself. And a little pause coming in as well. Sorry, Previous, you were saying.
Arthas once again just goes better bot ways.
Yeah, Karthus, 1 item. Go.
Yeah, I mean, Karthus one item, nobody's actually got. You look at the side of Mythos, and they don't have actual tank items, right? So these skirmishes that I said that Kiana wants to be going for, if they're diving onto this Nasus, if he presses ulti, that's a lot of damage coming through just within the Gecko, you know what I mean? And he's got the Dark Harvest as well, so if they have tanked a few tower shots, you could see a few little kills coming through.
Big thing underrated about this Karthus is just the damage on his Qs by themselves. It's just
Yeah, if you get hit by just solo one, huge amount of damage. I mean, is Olaf still able to go in and pressure the Karthus, or are we past that stage now?
there's no way. Yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, maybe on this top side, but I feel like Karthus just doesn't want to be playing on top side at this point. Well, obviously they've changed the Zyre into the top side now, so again, he wants to play now to the top side and then giving up the bot side. I think this is really good for the side of NSG, because now Karthus is going to be on the Krug side and has a lot of pressure there for the Herald, the Tower, and the Krug, so he gets a lot more farm than say like the Olaf would, because now Olaf needs to play for this top side as well. But he has less XP on the camps and he's already behind.
Yeah. What's your plan then if you're Mythos? Obviously the early game didn't go as well as you would hope. You still have an advantage within that top side. I mean, where would you look now to be trying to push things, and what objectives would you be going for?
I really think you need to be playing around this Cassiopeia now. I think like that is the big win condition that will be scaling. I think if you can get here a couple of kills as they're on the Herald or something, you might be able to pick up a lot of shutdowns. Well, I'm not sure if they got shutdowns or
no shutdowns at the moment, unfortunately. No.
But maybe a few kills onto this Cassiopeia might be able to put the ship correct, and then you'd have a winning top lane and a winning mid lane possibly. But it's going to be very difficult for them to these fights. I think they have to be playing on this GP ulti as well, because I think without it they just get out damaged.
I think that's a way that they could come back into it.
Just smack that GP on an island, let him abuse the Nasus. Look for just scaling into 2 items on Cassiopeia and Lucian and for some skirmishes.
Yeah, I think this Nasus is still able to be exploited. I mean, he's gone for the Sheen now, so he's going to be just as squishy as he was before. He's only actually got the Ruby Crystal and the Cloth Armor, which